Alright, nerdy movie fans, I hope you're in it for the long haul, because this is a long haul. This could be the most I've collected in a single month, probably besides December. During Christmas time, I'll get some gifts, I'll buy some for myself, there's all kinds of sales going on, so December is usually when I get the most movies, but I think this month might have a beat. It's quite a bit of titles, and there's technically 3 parts to this video. So I had a friend from a local restaurant I frequent who had a spare VHS player give me a VHS player. And so it's something I've been looking for a while. Whenever I find VHS players in shops, it's usually either the VHS and DVD combo and the VHS part doesn't work, or it's just crazy expensive, or I just don't see it at all in these shops. And so it's been something that's been hard to find. I finally have one, and this friend of mine ended up giving me a lot of VHSs as well, and then I've already done some purchases of new ones as well. So the VHS collection has begun. As a kid, we had a lot of the Disney movies, a lot of VHS as kids, but as we started phasing out VHS, collecting DVD, then eventually Blu-ray, the family, we just ended up getting rid of VHSs, and as a kid, you don't really understand the concept of holding on to it. So we just got rid of VHSs, but now I'm collecting again. So these are in no particular order. These are just basically ones that were given or blind buys. So we have The Big Chill. This was solely based off of, or recommended by a friend. So I know absolutely nothing about it. My friend gave me a brief synopsis, enough to pique my interest, and I'm really interested to check this one out. I'm just going to start rolling through this stuff since there's quite a bit. So we have Terminator 2 Judgment Day. These are all on VHS. We got Stallone First Blood. It's just really cool to see these again. I mean, some of them aren't in the greatest shape, the boxes anyway, but that's just because these have been held on to for so long. I mean, VHS don't really get re-releases. So now we have Rambo 3. It's pretty cool. We have Batman Forever, a classic movie. I watched this not too long ago. I watched these 4 original Batman films, and they were fun. I'll leave it at that. They were fun. We have The Empire Strikes Back, must have for Star Wars fans. We also have the original Michael Keaton Batman, which is pretty cool. We have Back to the Future, another classic film I've seen several times. Now it's kind of getting in the way. We have The Land Before Time. It's a classic movie. Watched this as a kid several times. And as a kid, I also watched this several times. The original Lilo and Stitch, which is kind of crazy how I had it on DVD before, have it on VHS now. Again, had this before, and I have it on 4K that I purchased a few months back. So that's my VHS collection so far. And then we got another part of this video. So this is something I've sort of already done. I've already done a video for this, but I have here the Steven Spielberg Spotlight Collection. So it's 8 steelbooks. You got that quote on the front there. And when I reviewed this before, I thought that mine just didn't come with a certificate of authenticity, but apparently the War of the Worlds steelbook has it in there. So if you have your set, you couldn't find it and think that it didn't come with it, check that box. That's the box that it comes in apparently. And so out of 5,700, I have 5,459. So it's pretty cool. I got one of the last, I know there's a few hundred left, but one of the last few. I think it's pretty cool. So I'll sort of showcase this one real quick because there's a lot of neat stuff in here. So obviously the first one in the set, we have Jaws. Here's the front of it and the back. They all have a quote. They all have like the classic film strip. And the front is the original movie posters. So it's just an incredible set. We have Close Encounters of the Third Kind. There's the back for you. Then we have Raiders of the Lost Ark, classic film. These are just really cool to have. The posters are classic. Design is cool. And it just has like a nice sort of... I just love the finish on the steelbook. It just looks really nice. Big fan of what they did with the set. We have Jurassic Park. I've seen this movie so many times. Schindler's List. This is a pretty intense film, but it was well made. And there's the back. Don't know if I showed the back for Jurassic World, but there you guys go. Then we have Saving Private Ryan. Here's the back for you guys. And the last one, and for some reason, War of the Worlds, my set is just sort of stuck in there. It's sort of like a tight squeeze. But it's a tight squeeze and being secured, so it's a good thing. So here we have War of the Worlds. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and put these back real quick just because I want these to be nice protected. They all have like these slots that they go in, and it's all like foam, I guess. So it keeps them protected, especially steelbooks can scratch easily if you have, just depending on how you store them. I've had a couple of mine that I thought I stored pretty well, but ended up getting a little bit of scratches. So just always, having a set like this, it's just always nice to know that it'll be fine. I'm hurrying this up, believe it or not. Okay, so you have this, and I'll put the certificate of authenticity right there. We'll move this to the side. Now for Prime Week, there was a lot of stuff on sale. There was a lot of TV shows on sale, and there were some that I didn't even realize they had made. Some shows I watched as a kid that they had gone back and made a series for, despite it being just DVD for most of them. But before the sale, I found something at Movie Trading Company. As I reviewed Masters of the Universe, Camila Mendes was in Riverdale, and I mentioned how I thought she did really well in the series, and how I actually do like season 1 and 2. 3 is kind of iffy for me, and so is 4, but 1 and 2 I thought were pretty solid. So I found the first on Blu-ray. And so this is, of course, this is the first season, which I thought was probably the best season in the series by far. So I have this here, but then for Prime Week, because of all the sales going on, the complete series was on sale for kind of a close to the price of what I paid for season 1. So it's pretty cool because it has like this nice artwork on the back, or on the front and back. And it also comes with 2 individuals. A lot of the individual boxes on the inside of the box set, which I really like when they do box sets like this instead of just being in DVD boxes, which is what pretty much the rest of these are. But so having season 1 on Blu-ray, I think is fine. If I had purchased most of them or half of them on Blu-ray, and then this set was on sale, I probably would have bought it. But only having season 1, I think, is perfectly fine. This is not at all me justifying having multiple copies of Riverdale. If you guys can just skip over that fact. So now we have The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron. I remember watching this as a kid. This is a classic for me. I watched so much of this series and rewatched these a lot of times. So to have it on DVD, the complete series, is pretty cool. And for the Amazon sale, these were not expensive at all. Most of these seasons, besides Riverdale, because it's 7 seasons, most of these others were like $20-$30. This is pretty good. For Cartoon Network, we have Adventure Time. Love this series. I remember watching a lot of stuff on Cartoon Network, and this was always a favorite. While it was airing, this was a favorite. So it's pretty cool to have this in my collection now. I also have a Regular Show, another great series. I don't believe I've finished the entire series, but I watched so much of it, and to have it on physical media now, I can go back and watch it all in order. That was one thing with cable, is if you started a series after it already started, sometimes you miss a few episodes. So to have this on physical media now, I can go through and watch all of them in order and make sure none are missed or skipped this time. And another CW show that did fall off the rails pretty much toward the end, but was solid for a while, is The 100. I would say this was solid longer than Riverdale was. This was, I believe, season 1 through 5 I thought were pretty good, and then 6 and 7 added the space element. Now I know season 1 starts in space, but I'm talking about venturing the galaxy, finding another habitable planet. That's where season 6 and 7 starts venturing out to. So the idea of surviving on a pretty much decimated world, that's the backbone for season 1 through 5, and I thought it was a solid story. So I enjoyed this quite a bit. And then the last one, don't hate me, guys. Okay, I don't want to hear a bunch of hate, but this is a series I've never watched before, but I have it on physical media now, and I'm going to watch it. So For those of you who think it's a crime that I haven't started this, going to very soon. You have Avatar: The Last Airbender. This, not only was this a series I've been wanting to watch, but this was incredible artwork on this, and to have it on Blu-ray, this was like, I think, 20 bucks. I mean, this was a great deal, great sale, and now I can watch this. So definitely gonna get started on this soon. I know it's a crime, I haven't seen it, but I'm starting it soon. Okay, guys, I'm starting it soon. That's all I can say. Now I'll go ahead and move some more stuff so I can show you guys the last portion of this video. This time we got multiple piles of movies. So here we have something that I picked up at Half Price Books. We have this movie, Dear John. Amanda Seyfried stars in this with Channing Tatum. I've been wanting to see more of their work and to see that they were both in the film together. I kind of just read the back of the box and got a brief synopsis, and I'll check it out. I don't really know anything really about this at all, other than I want to see more of the actors' work. So it's kind of a blind buy, but you know what? Blind buys sometimes work out, so I'm going to check this out at some point. And then this is one I really wanted to see in theaters, but just never got around to it for some reason, is They Will Kill You. I have this on 4K. I'm glad it's on 4K. I was really hyped to see this, and it just really sucks I never got around to it. But I'm excited to check this out. This could be the next watch out of all of these in the collection for the month of June. This could be the very next watch, because I'm really hyped to see this one. And then for Scary Movie, we have the Blu-ray with the first 3. I've seen the first 2. I've not seen the third. This was the same price just to buy the first one individually, which is what I was planning to do when I bought this. So the fact that it went on sale, I had to pick it up. I'll probably watch the third at some point. I'm not really in a rush to see it, but I've seen the first 2, and I think that's enough for me for at least a while. So it's cool having these in my collection now, and I'm excited to add Scary Movie 6 to the collection when it releases. And then this was another one that was a great price on sale. We have Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. So we got this trilogy pack all in 4K. This was 20 bucks. So for 3 4Ks for 20 bucks, I thought this was an incredible value. So I picked this one up. This was on sale when I bought it, and I've seen Shaun of the Dead. I've not seen the other 2. So I'm excited to check them out. So I'm looking forward to finishing this series. And like I said, the first one I thought was just an incredible film, so I'm excited to watch the other 2 now. This is one I had pre-ordered that I really wanted to have, that I really enjoyed. Saw this in theaters. It's Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. This sort of has like that, I guess, what do you call it? That gloss on, not gloss, whatever it's called, or the texture on the slipcover. It's an amazing slipcover. I think it's really cool. And then you got some stills from the film on the back there. So this one's an incredible film. I thought this one just kind of turned up the heat of what the first one did and gave us more. Now, I know some people argue maybe the story was better in the first one, or maybe the tone felt a little more grounded in the first one, but I think the second had an amazing cast. The additions to the cast, I think, just made it fun. The carnage, there's definitely more violence and carnage in this one, I think, than the last one. So that's when I say they just turned everything up with the sequel, and I thought it was great. So I love this one a lot. Pre-ordered this, had to have it. And because I think the actors is really great, I've seen some people talking about this one borderline. This one was basically 10 bucks when I bought it. This was an incredible sale, which it also has Ray Nicholson. I haven't seen him in a ton of projects, but what I have seen him in, he does really well. So I've seen the trailer for this. The role he plays as sort of this obsessed stalker almost. It just seems like this is going to be a really cool acting display by these 2. And I'm interested by the premise as well. So I'm going to check this out. Can't wait to see it. And then when we unfortunately heard that the actress had passed, who plays, you know her from The Ring. She also played Lilo in Lilo and Stitch. I knew that people were just going to jack the price up on movies like this. So I pretty much bought this immediately so I can, 1, have it in my collection. 2, I haven't seen it before. I've seen Ringu, but I haven't seen The Ring. So now I want to check this out. Not only to say I've seen it, but to see her in it. And I know it's a classic, so it's one that I have to just add to my seen it mental list of ones I have in fact watched. So I have this on 4K now, and I'm glad to have this in my collection. This was fun. This was Cold Storage. This one is not your traditional horror movie, but there are horror-ish elements in there, enough to make it fun. There's a zombie aspect, there's the blood and guts aspect from horror films. And Liam Neeson he just seems so out of place in this film that it almost just makes, that's the comedy aspect in and of itself, is him being in it at all. So this was fun. Was it a great film? But it was a lot of fun. So I have this in my collection now as well. Now we have Don't Breathe. I haven't seen this before. I've heard good things about it, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. But I have not seen this one. I've not seen it yet, so I'm going to watch this one soon as well. As you can tell, this month I tried to mostly purchase ones I have seen. This one, the few I have not, so I'll check it out sooner rather than later. And now we have another comedy from Kino Lorber. We have Harry and the Hendersons. This is just one of those stupid comedies, but you know what? It was pretty funny. I watched this a while ago. My parents had me see it, and I thought it was hilarious. As a kid, I was obsessed with the concept of these myths, things like Bigfoot, that, were they real? I thought that stuff as a kid was cool. So having a movie of Bigfoot, I thought was cool, and so I have a lot of memories from watching this. So had to have it. It's on 4K. It sits in my collection. I can add it to my comedy collection. And now we have just a few left for this video. We have some steelbooks that I haven't opened up. We have Hoppers. It's the latest Disney Pixar film that, yes, is sort of reminiscent of Avatar, not in it copied it kind of way, but in a familiar kind of way, I guess. I'm just going to set this here. Make sure the trash doesn't go anywhere. And then we'll see what the back is. We'll take the J card off. Alright. So that's simple. We just got more of the characters. You know what? I would rather have something simple than the back of the box just be one color, like I've seen before. So, you know what? I'm actually happy with this. This was a fun film. I'll set this here. I'm going to move the last bit of the pile over. Now we have Super Mario Galaxy movie. So I'll take this off as well. So you can see I haven't opened it yet. So I wanted to see the back of the box during this video. So your J card off. See, that's what I'm talking about when it's just blank. You know what? I don't hate it when it's blank. It's just, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. It's underwhelming is what it is. So anyway, this is cool. I have the first Mario steelbook, so when the second had a steelbook announced, of course I had to get it. So we have this in our collection now. In my collection. Maybe you have in yours. Alright, so we got just a few left. We have a few horror movies left. Who doesn't love a good Scream? We got Scream 4 finally on 4K. A lot of people have been waiting for this. I don't really know how this ranks, if I had to rank them all anymore. I know when I did a video about, I want to say a year ago, maybe a couple of years ago, I think I did a video not long. I did it around the Scream 6 release at some point. And anyway, I remember ranking this at the bottom, not because it was bad or because I didn't like it. It's just that there are aspects of the others that I like more. So don't get me wrong, there isn't a Scream movie that I just don't like. I like all of them. This one was my least favorite, but recently rewatching it and given, let's just be honest, 7. I don't think this is the bottom of my list anymore, and I don't know if it would be second to the bottom. I gotta rewatch them all again to have another firm ranking, but you know what? I'm actually falling in love with this film more and more I think about it, and the more times I watch it. It just, I don't know, it's one of those that just slowly, it gets better. So I don't know why. It's just, that is what it is. But speaking of Scream 7, here we have Scream 7, also in 4K. These both, of course, have the slip covers. So this is pretty cool. I do like the cover. I think the cover is pretty cool. Ghostface sort of like a silhouette in the background. I thought the cast did really well in this film. The thing for me with this was a killer reveal. Killer reveal aside, the beginning of the film, the entire middle, up until the ending, I thought this was, while watching it, I was thinking in my head, this could be one of the best Scream movies. And I think given the middle of some of the other Scream movies, maybe the beginning and the middle does rank it among some of the top Scream movies. But then the ending, it was just more than disappointing. It almost felt like an insult to our intelligence with what they did. And so Scream 7 ranks at the bottom for me. if you love this film, I get it. There's nothing bad enough about this that's worth arguing with Scream fans over. I just personally didn't care for the killer reveal at all. I thought it was weak. I thought it was weaker than the reveals in the rest of the series. So, anyway, I have this in 4K. But I didn't just buy Scream 4 and 7 in 4K. I also pre-ordered through Lionsgate the Scream 4 Steelbook as well. So, as you can see, I haven't opened it. I'm pretty sure I know what the back is. All of the other Scream Steelbooks has a quote on the back with the phone, and so I'm assuming that's what this is going to be as well. Let's check it out. It keeps with the theme. I think it's cool. So, you know what? I'm not even upset by it. I think the fact that there's a theme to all the Scream movies, I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, I have this on Steelbook. Yes, I have the 4K and the Steelbook, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I also have Scream 7 on Steelbook. This artwork's just too cool to pass up. I mean, check that out, guys. That artwork is incredible. Let's check out the back of this one. So we're going to open this up. It's the last one, guys. The last one. And then this long video is over. Let's check it out. I haven't read this one yet. Alright. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's got the unknown caller ID on there. Kind of like, because that was in the film. That's pretty cool. You know what? This is actually a cool Steelbook. Despite how you feel about the film, or despite how it ranks in your personal ranking, the artwork on this one is pretty sick. Not gonna lie, it is pretty cool. So now we have Scream 7 4K and on 4K Steelbook, and we have Scream 4 in 4K and on 4K Steelbook. And that concludes my collection. This is what I got for the month of June. Like I said, it was quite a bit. Money was spent, deals were taken advantage of, and Amazon just kept bringing stuff by the place over and over. So thanks guys for watching. Till next time, keep it digging.